Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's take a quick look outside our weather window on this Wednesday afternoon. And beautiful blue sky out there and much cooler temperatures. I'm sure you noticed that this morning when you got up. A lot cooler air out there. We did see plenty of windy conditions out there, and the red flag warning still goes until about 10 o'clock tonight because of those dry conditions. But all in all, boy, that cool air felt great. But we're going to continue with breezy conditions tonight, and it will continue to be dry right through tonight. That area that's highlighted on the left side of your screen, that includes a lot of our viewing area where we have to be very careful with any new fire spreads. And boy, they will spread rapidly with this wind, low humidity, and also those dry conditions. That's through tonight, and then things get a little bit better tomorrow. But we're warming up again, and we'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later on your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. The Cedar Creek fire west of Mazama is now 14 days old and continues to burn heavy timber on rock-steep terrain. The 12,000-acre Red Apple fire is officially in mop-up mode. And Grant County has confirmed its first detection this year of a mosquito infected with the West Nile virus. But first, our top story tonight. COVID-19 infection rates in the Wenatchee Valley are back in triple digits after months below 100. The Chelan-Douglas Health District says in the past 2 weeks, 136 new cases have been detected in the two counties, meaning the rate of new infections is 110 for every 100,000 people in the population. 90 people in the two counties have died from COVID-19 since the pandemic began, including one new death determined to be COVID-related in July. This week, the health district says 9 people are hospitalized with the virus. Administrator Luke Davies told the local Board of Health this week the district is working toward the state and national goal of vaccinating 70% of the eligible population, but that goal is still thousands of shots away.
Chelan County is sitting right about 66% covered from its 12 and up population. You can see in order for us to hit our target of 70% of the 16 plus individuals, we need about 915 left to vaccinate Chelan County. We're hoping to be able to hit that by the middle of August. And then for the 12 to 17-year-old population, we need about 1,620 other individuals. So for a total of Chelan-Douglas Health District, we need about 6,487 to hit that 70% of eligible threshold. And we look at that compared to Grant County and Kittitas County. They're a little bit farther behind than we are in terms of their vaccination rates.
The Cedar Creek fire west of Mazama is now 14 days old and continues to burn heavy timber on rocky, steep terrain. The heavy smoke yesterday prevented the use of airdrops until late in the afternoon. By last night, the fire moved south along Sandy Butte Ridge, and most of the firefighting efforts were concentrated on protecting homes and structures in that area. Level 3 evacuation notices continue on the south side of Highway 20, and Level 2 evacuations remain in place on the north side of Highway 20, including the town of Mazama. As of this morning, the fire has consumed 8,443 acres and is now 11% contained. The nearby Delancey fire, now at 180 acres, continues to smolder and is not being actively fought due to the terrain and lack of firefighting resources. The 12,000-acre Red Apple fire is officially in mop-up mode. The California-based Type 1 team that's been managing the fire since Friday rotated out last night, leaving it in the hands of local fire agencies. The fire scorched much of Birch Mountain north of Wenatchee after it began July 13th, and at one time, 1,000 homes were under evacuation notices. The Type 1 team gave this final update last night.
Everything above the communities and the structures we continue to patrol and mop up. Any areas of concern are mopped up. There's been no new growth. As we continue up towards Warner Canyon, we continue to patrol. Everything within Eagle Rock and the comm tower continues to get mopped up by resources. This is the area that has more heat within the incident as well as more smoke. As we progress out to the east, we continue to patrol the area. We've had no additional new growth, and the fire has stayed within the existing fire footprint. As we continue to the south, we continue to patrol and monitor this area as well, and there's been no areas of heat within the southern portion.
Grant County has confirmed its first detection this year of a mosquito infected with the West Nile virus. The Grant County Health District said today the mosquito sample that tested positive was collected last week. It's the 7th detection of the virus statewide. West Nile virus is spread to humans through the bite of a mosquito, though the risks are considered low. Last year, 2 Washington residents tested positive for the virus, one in Benton County and the other in Yakima County. Only about 1 in 5 people infected with West Nile virus have mild symptoms such as a fever, headaches, and body aches. About 1 in 150 infected people experience more severe symptoms. Coming up next, after the State Department of Natural Resources announced yesterday it was closing access to all its recreational lands in eastern Washington because of extreme fire danger, the U.S. Forest Service says its lands will remain open. Traffic is likely to be delayed on Highway 243 through Thursday as the Grant County PUD moves 12 bulkheads from Wanapum Dam to Priest Rapids Dam. And a new restaurant called The Huck at Pybus will take over the space formerly occupied by Pybus Bistro at the Wenatchee Market. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
My name is Catherine Thomas, and I'm running for the Wenatchee School Board. The school board should work for the parents of this community, and I want to bring the public back to the public schools. I'm a registered nurse, the wife of a medical professional, and the mother of a Wenatchee high school student. I'm running to bring common sense, courage, commitment, and compassion back to the public schools. Vote Catherine Thomas for the Wenatchee School Board.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
Welcome back. In other news, after the State Department of Natural Resources announced yesterday it was closing access to all its recreational lands in eastern Washington because of extreme fire danger, the U.S. Forest Service said its lands will remain open. But the Forest Service warned that the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest remains in Stage 2 fire restrictions, meaning all wood, wood stove, charcoal briquette, and open flame fires are prohibited, including in campgrounds. Also on Tuesday, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife announced it was closing overnight access to its wildlife areas in eastern Washington, including water access. As of Friday, those areas will be day use only. Access to some Forest Service and Fish and Wildlife areas has already been closed off because of active fires in the area. Well, traffic is likely to be delayed on Highway 243 through Thursday as the Grant County PUD moves 12 bulkheads from Wanapum Dam to Priest Rapids Dam. The Washington State Patrol began escorting the semis on their 18-mile journey yesterday. The bulkheads are used to help de-water a dam's turbine generating unit for maintenance or upgrades and are dropped into place by cranes. The PUD said it's unable to do the work at night, so the large, slow-moving loads are likely to tie up traffic on the highway. Well, a new restaurant called The Huck at Pybus will take over the space formerly occupied by Pybus Bistro at the Wenatchee Market. The Huck will be operated by Eric and Angie Decker, owners of the Wild Huckleberry restaurant in Wenatchee, and will serve food described as modern rustic American. The restaurant is scheduled to open September 1st. The Huck at Pybus will serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as cocktails and locally produced wines and beers. In other news, Pybus announced Monday that Farm to Face and Body Anderson Family Farm would be closing its retail store at the market. That business has been at Pybus since 2018. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Please stay with us.
I'm Jared Sessler. You know, lately America's taken a few hits. Some say we've gotten behind, but know this, you can never count America out. Our commitment to hard work, innovation, and our love for freedom means we are poised for our greatest victories ever. The red, white, and blue has never been stronger, and that's why I'm your Republican candidate for Congress. Our setbacks are just a setup for our comeback. I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. For years, the Chelan County Jail has dealt with illicit drugs smuggled into its inmate population. But in the last year, new tools have helped to reduce the amount of contraband coming into the Regional Justice Center. In tonight's feature story, NCW Life's Jefferson Robbins met one of those tools, a very focused border collie named Kate.
Kate, a 5-year-old border collie, only has eyes for her handler, Corrections Deputy Jacob Lewis. But she has a nose for illegal drugs, cannabis, methamphetamine, opioids, and anything else that might secretly come into the Chelan County Regional Justice Center.
Kate and I have been a team together since November. We got paired together in October during training, and then we went into service November 9th. She's with me 24 hours a day, so goes home with me, comes to work with me. She knows she's under the routine. When we're at home, I take the vest off, I tell her she's all done, and she lounges around and plays just like a regular dog. When she's got the vest on, she knows it's time to go to work.
Her boss, Deputy Lewis, is in charge of drug interdiction at the jail, which can house up to 267 detainees. For years, corrections officers there had to be alert to drugs brought in by newly booked detainees or sent in by outsiders. Jail Director Chris Sharp says it's a constant problem for every jail.
We're a 35-year-old building. Individuals that become incarcerated became very creative over the years on how to smuggle things into facilities that didn't have the detection devices available to prevent it.
But last year, Chelan County spent about $990,000 for new equipment, more cameras, increasing the number from 60 to about 160 throughout the jail. A body scanner to locate smuggled items that inmates might hide internally. A mail scanner, which can detect foreign substances sent in through the post office. And Kate, the least expensive of all those items. It cost the jail just $9,500 to acquire the dog and train and outfit Lewis to handle her.
We are only the second jail, city jail or county jail in the state with a canine, working canine. The prisons have them. It's just not popular in jails. So we're super proud of our K-9 program.
Kate spent 2 years working with a tribal police agency before joining the Chelan County team. She can be used to search cells and incoming detainees, but a big part of her job is sniffing the mail.
So these are actually pieces of mail that has come through our facility that she's indicated on. These 2 letters here have tested positive. These are examples of soaks and sprays. And we confirmed through a field test and through our mail scanner that there was actually a substance on there. These tested positive for methamphetamines. And these 2 cards here actually have Suboxone strips in them. And this one, it looks like a normal envelope flap, but when you shine a light behind it, you can actually see where they hid the Suboxone strips inside the flap.
Lewis says word of the new security has gotten around, and attempts to bring or send drugs into the jail are on the decrease.
February, we had about a fine every single day in the mail, and then after the last piece of legal mail that came through, all of a sudden I think we get a fine every 2 months.
Jefferson Robbins, NCW Life.
Wednesday out there, and if you're outside today, much cooler weather. In fact, our temperature of 85 or below, it's the first time we've done that going all the way back to June 16th. It's been a hot one, but what a beautiful day as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Sky-Fi Tower camera up on Wenatchee Heights. We call it the cross camera. Just a few clouds out there today, mainly along the mountaintops of the Cascades, but all in all, just a cool and kind of windy day today. Unofficially, our high temperature, I mentioned it, 85 degrees, and that's been a while since we've been there. That's slightly below where we should be for this time of year at 89 degrees. Finally, 63, back to normal for our overnight low temperatures. It's been a while since we've been that cool as well. 105, our record high, that was set back in 1994. Record low, 51, and that was in 1984. Sunrise is 5:26 this morning. Sunset tonight, 8:48. Let's take a look at your Thursday weather and see how that shapes up for us. Just a little bit warmer for Thursday, but the good news for tomorrow, less wind. We will be in the upper 80s in the Columbia Basin for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. About 88 in Wenatchee, also Entiat and Chelan, and just a touch warmer up in Okanagan County. Omak will be our warm spot tomorrow at 89 degrees. Let's take a look at tonight. Mostly clear skies, still just a little bit breezy here in central Washington. You can see an area of low pressure. It's squeezing down our high pressure a little bit, so that allowed a cold front to move through and cool us off a little bit. For tomorrow, as we mentioned, sunny skies, less wind, temperatures near normal tomorrow, and as we mentioned, that's predominantly in the upper 80s for most of us in north central Washington, so expect a beautiful day tomorrow. As we get into Friday, once again, our ridge, and here it is, begins creeping east, and that will allow our temperatures to warm up a little bit more. We're talking lower 90s for high temperatures as we get into the end of the work week. And then by the weekend, that's right, more heat on the way as our high pressure ridge intensifies. High pressure in the desert southwest, also right here in Idaho, bringing all that warm air up. We're talking mid 90s on Saturday, and even warmer than that on Sunday. Sunny skies and hot, a little breezy in western Washington, and we will be in the mid to upper 90s all across central and eastern Washington to end our weekend. And as we kick off our next work week on Monday, still sunny and hot with high temperatures generally in the mid 90s for our Monday. And boy, it's going to be hot all over the western and central United States. For Tuesday, to the end of our forecast, sunny, a little bit breezy on Tuesday. You can see high pressures here, but things will begin to change late in the week next week, but not for Tuesday. More of the same with high temperatures generally in the mid 90s. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 56 tonight. Boy, won't that feel like something overnight. 88 tomorrow, 61 our low, 91 on Friday, and then it gets hot for the weekend. 95 Saturday, 97 on Sunday, and back to the mid-90s on both Monday and Tuesday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCW Life Evening News continues right after this.
What you're doing is ridiculous.
Well,
I mean, you might as well throw up a screen door to block the summer smoke.
sometimes it gets
When we
warm.
breathe in the wildfire smoke, we are ingesting hazardous chemicals such as acetic acid and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. A lot of bad stuff, okay?
Well, yeah, that's why we...
Cardboard ain't gonna cut it.
So...
Go to ChelanPUD.org/save today.
Your search for quality patio furniture with excellent customer service is over. Blue Lagoon is proud to offer only the finest outdoor furniture and accessories from some of the most renowned manufacturers in the industry. Our showroom showcases a large selection of in-stock furniture, fire pits, umbrellas, cushions, and outdoor accessories. Our in-house outdoor decor specialist is available to help you design and custom order the perfect furniture for your unique space.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. Well, first came the NHL's announcement that Seattle would get an expansion franchise. Then came the team name, the Kraken, followed by a coach and GM. By day's end, the Kraken will have players to don the uniforms this season. Today is the NHL expansion draft, when the Kraken can sign one player away from 30 other teams in the NHL. Seattle must take at least 14 forwards, 9 defensemen, and 3 goalies, and at least 20 who are under contract for next season. Some of the top players left unprotected and available to Seattle are Montreal Canadiens goalie Carey Price, St. Louis Blues forward Vladimir Tarasenko, Washington Capitals forward Alex Ovechkin, and Nashville Predator forwards Ryan Johansson and Matt Duchene. About 4,000 fans expected to gather right about now at Gaswork Park for the announcement on ESPN2. Well, former Apple Sock Marco Gonzalez had a much better outing in Denver last night, where the Mariners topped the Rockies 6-4. Gonzalez pitched 5 solid innings to earn his first victory since April 15th. He allowed 2 runs on 6 hits with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. The 2 runs came in the bottom of the 5th on a Connor Joe first Major League homer of his career. Seattle countered in the top of the 6th with Cal Raleigh at the plate, looking for his first Major League RBI after getting his first career base hit earlier in the ballgame.
Big spot here for young Cal Raleigh. Fresh off his first big league base hit, a single into center field. Jumping on the first pitch, laced out to right center field. Seager is in. Ty France motors into third. They're waving France home. Here's the throw. He's safe, and we are tied thanks to Cal Raleigh. His first ribbies in the show.
Dylan Moore followed suit with a 2-run shot that gave the Mariners their first lead of the ballgame.
Big spot right here, 3-2. 2 outs and a runner at third in a 2-2 ball game. Top of the 6th, the pitch from Marquez. Swing on, long drive. Left field, it's got carried. There it goes. A 2-run homer by Dylan Moore, and the Mariners have a 4-2 lead in Denver. Dylan Moore with home run number 9. RBIs 29 and 30 out of baby. 4-2 Seattle. Outstanding.
So 4-2 at that point. Ty France provided some much-needed run support in the Mile High City in the top of the 7th.
2-1 for Ty France. France out towards left center field for a base hit. Terens is in. Kyle Seager is pedaling home. Seager scores standing. Ty France, his second hit tonight, drives in a pair, and the Mariners lengthen the lead. It's 6-2 in the 7th inning.
And he makes a mistake. Slider just kind of spinning in the middle of the plate. Didn't do much, and he barrels it up. 21st double for Ty. Drives in a couple of runs. And that ballpark keeps scoring.
C.J. Cron hit a 2-run homer in the 8th, but Kendall Graven was able to get the Rockies out the 9th for the save. Manager Scott Service talked about Marco's day on the mound and Cal getting his first hits.
The key to tonight's game was really Marco Gonzalez. There's no question about it. He got us off to a good start. Kind of looked what we're used to. He looked like what we're used to seeing out of Marco. I thought the cutter was a bigger pitch for him tonight. It had a little bit more break to it. He got some ugly swings on it, which is a good sign. I thought he did a heck of a job, and made the one mistake there in the 5th inning for the 2-run homer to Joe. But other than that, I was really, really encouraged, happy the way he threw the ball. And then in our bullpen. They continue to do a really good job. I know Seawald, gave up a couple, but those guys have been really solid. They really don't waffle. They just keep doing their thing, and they're going to give up a run here or there. That's going to happen. But nice night for Cal Raleigh as well. Knew that first hit was going to come. He's swinging the bat really good. His at bats have been good, but continues to do a really nice job behind the plate. Big caught stealing in the first inning to help Marco kind of work through that one, and obviously the big 2-run double after the earlier single. And Ty France keeps driving him in. It was a good ball game.
Yeah, it was a good ball game. Now, Seattle wrapping up that quick 2-game series today in Colorado. Rockies rudely greeting Kenyon Middleton on a bullpen day. 5 runs in the top of the first. We'll have the wrap-up of today's game tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley here on the NCW Life channel. Well, Seattle's win helped them keep pace with the rest of the American League West as the A's beat the Angels 6-0. Matt Olson was 2 for 3 with a home run, while James Caprielian and 3 relievers kept Los Angeles' offense quiet. Tariq Skubal had 3 relievers held Texas to 1 run on 4 hits as Detroit topped the Rangers 4-1. Jose Altuve homered twice, and Kyle Tucker had a 2-run shot and a 5-run 5th inning for Houston as the Astros beat Cleveland 9-3. Well, turning to local sports, solid pitching and timely hitting helped Wenatchee to a 7-1 win at Walla Walla last night. Cole Hatton pitched 5 innings to earn his first victory of the season, allowing 1 run on 5 hits with 5 strikeouts and 3 walks. Michael DeFilippi, that is, held the Sweets in check in his 1 inning of relief. Skylar Hales worked the final 3 innings to earn the save. Wenatchee opened the scoring in the top of the first on Adam Grove's RBI triple. The Sox added 2 more in the 4th on an error by the catcher and sac fly by Garrett Cutting. Walla Walla had cut the lead to 3-1 in the 5th before Wenatchee played add-on in the 9th, scoring 4 runs on 2-run singles by John Newman Jr. and Dakota Duffalo. The 2 teams play again tonight, 6:35. You can hear all the action with Joel Norman on Sunny FM. In other West Coast League action last night, Leo Mosby's 2-run home run capped a 4-run 3rd inning by Portland as the Pickles beat Cowlitz 8-2. In Yakima, Noah Williamson was 2 for 4 with a run, RBI, and triple to lead the Pippins over Bend 4-2. Tanner Jacques solo home run led to a 4-run 5th inning for Ridgefield as the Raptors beat Port Angeles 6-2. Carson Walters worked 5 2/3 innings of relief with 8 strikeouts for the win. Joey Dixon pitched 6 shutout innings while striking out 9 to lead Bellingham over the Northwest Star Academy 6-0. Malachi Knight's 3-run home run in the bottom of the 2nd would be all the offense the Bells would need on the night. Now, Wenatchee's win over Walla Walla brought the Apple Sox to within a game of the Sweets in the chase for the second-half playoff spot. Yakima Valley already in the postseason with their first-half titles, so it's a battle between the Apple Sox, the Bells, the Sweets, and the Lefties for the final playoff spot in the North Division. Ridgefield's win last night, by the way, their 5th straight in West Coast League play. Wenatchee and Walla Walla play again, as we mentioned, at Burlesky Stadium tonight. Also, it's Bend at Yakima Valley, Ridgefield at Port Angeles, Portland at Cowlitz, and Bellingham hosting the Northwest Star Academy. By the way, just a sneak peek coming up on Friday. More baseball live here on the NCW Life channel. We'll have Wenatchee against Yakima Valley, 6:30 with a pregame 6:35 first pitch on Friday here on the NCW Life channel. That's a look at sports news. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Coots for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Instead of previewing Thursday's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, I'm going to do something I do occasionally. I'm going to consult my Magic 8 Ball. So, Magic 8 Ball, how would the Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley proceed? And the answer is, don't count on it. Well, one way or the other, I got to be here at 7 a.m. tomorrow, live and local, with weather and news and sports and everything else you need. You can count on that. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. right here live from Studio 4. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night. Do you have a fun or interesting video you'd like to see featured here on the NCW Life channel? It's easy. All you have to do is send us an email at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.